Every night I'm going on the grid, texting back, I want you, hit you up, I'm on the other side, I miss you, miss you. Take you off, I came here way too strong, cannot keep it low key. Got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof, bottle your taste. It's really a bad reception out there, where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. Found myself in between the lines.
Don't let anyone, including yourself, label you as a lazy person if your house isn't spotless. When I first got started on YouTube, I can be honest to say that I would be completely terrified to share some of the areas that I'm sharing now. Not only was I nervous that people would think that I live in a dirty and disgusting place, but more so fearful that people would think that I was lazy. The actual truth is that I bust my butt. I am a mom of 2 toddlers. I'm a wife. I work full time and I do YouTube. And I know for sure that I am not a lazy person. I prioritize my time. And when the washing machine starts to stink, that's when I prioritize to clean it. Don't let anyone, including your own self, think that you're lazy for not having a spotless house all the time. If something else takes priority opposed to scrubbing the inside of the washing machine, then so be it. But when you do need to do those tasks, then that's what I'm here for. So what I have found out is that cleaning can be contagious. So I am here to pass on that cleaning motivation. After 2 days and a sore back, I finished 3 major problem areas in my home, which include my bathroom, which my shower was disgusting, so I had to go ahead and take care of that, and the kitchen, and all of the small things like the oven, the microwave, the toaster oven, and also the laundry room. Now, what got me to the laundry room is that every time I washed clothes, which I'm typically always behind on washing clothes, the water would stink. Not the clothes. It was just like when I started it, I always smelt something funny. And I was like, something's happening. I have got to make that a priority. I'm going to pick up a little bit in the master bedroom before heading over to the bathroom.
Kinda simple, kinda wishful about things. And you're kinda simple, but like a pistol, you fire. Sometimes you get under my skin like a lover, and sometimes you don't wanna come back 'cause you'd rather stay out with another, talking to strangers and make out spontaneously. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about the drunk nights, bragging in the glory. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself and the way of how you dwell. I get it. Oh, I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about your rich friends traveling Mercedes. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself and the way of how you dwell. Don't you get it?
So the first major area that I am deep cleaning is our master bath. The last time that I did a more of a deep clean in this area was probably October, I want to say. I can't remember exactly. I'd have to go back to a previous video, but I want to say it's been at least more than 6 weeks or so since I've cleaned our shower area. And Cleaning the bathrooms is probably my least favorite area. Probably like bathrooms and dishes are my least favorite. And bathrooms because, it's just a bathroom. I'm using the Jaws cleaner on the glass, the mirrors, and then I also use the Jaws cleaner for the granite. So the granite in all of our bathrooms is the same as in our kitchen. So I typically just use the granite cleaner in both areas. Now, I've mentioned this before, but if you're new, I'll go ahead and say it again. We have a friend that used to work in like the flooring and counter company, like that industry before. And he had said to us a long time ago that if you have any type of natural stone, like granite or quartz or anything like that, that it's best to use cleaner that is specific for that. So granite cleaner, because if you use any harsh chemicals like alcohol, or anything like that on your countertops, that over time the seal can weaken, and that they've actually done a lot of houses or going back into clients' houses and have to reseal the counters because of the chemicals that they used to clean. So I just thought I'd share that. I used to use like the Clorox wipes, but when I realized that there's alcohol and stuff in them that can over time like damage the natural stone, then that's when I switched over to specific granite cleaner. And the one I'm using is Jaws.
I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders and closed off. That's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. Riding on the dizzying heights.
Next, I'm moving on to the shower. So I almost forgot several months ago when I was cleaning the shower that I had told you guys that we had a drain fly problem where I would find these like little really tiny worms in the shower, and I had to look them up, and I found out that they were drain flies. And it's funny because a lot of you guys said that you had the same problem, like maybe in your sinks and stuff, but I forgot to tell you that we have completely gotten rid of the problem finally. At one point I like found this formula to pour, I guess they grow in your drain, and I don't know exactly how they get there or anything like that, but you're supposed to like mix this formula of vinegar and something else, and I was doing that for a while, and then I got so fed up I just started pouring bleach down the drain, and I was like, anything to get rid of these suckers, and the problem finally cleared up. Now it's just dirty and needs routine cleaning, and several months ago I bought that little contraption that I'm holding. It's like an electric scrubber. It was one of the things that pulled up on Amazon as like a recommended for you, and I was like, absolutely. Thank you for recommending this to me. I would have never thought to buy one. It definitely beats getting on your hands and knees and having to scrub everything manually. This thing you just charge, and it comes with different attachments, like head attachments, and that way you can like get into corners and stuff like that. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but overall it's a lot better than like scrubbing with a brush on my hands and knees. So the very first thing I tried to clean the shower with was the Jaws shower cleaner. I used that first, and then I was trying to see if it would help the grout and make the grout not as discolored as it was. But then I ended up just going back to my Branch Basics. So this is Branch Basics is like an all natural cleaner, and basically what you do is you squirt the cleaner, and then what I have, that powder stuff, is like an oxygen boost. So you're supposed to squirt the powder first and then put that oxygen boost over it. The shower door it just gets, I don't know, moldy or mildewy or whatever all over it. It's been a long time since I've cleaned the shower door. So while the oxygen boost is sitting, you're supposed to put down the spray, put the oxygen boost over it for like 20 minutes or let it sit. That's when I'm going over here and deciding to clean up the shower door area. It's really hard to get like in the seal. I'm trying to get like underneath the seal there and also on top. The pink stuff I had looked up a little while ago, and I had asked if y'all knew what it was, and a lot of you guys said that it was a specific type of bacteria that grows in your shower, and I looked it up and did a little bit more research into it because I was kind of freaked out what it was, but it always, shows up, and y'all were right. It is like it's a harmless type of bacteria. I guess when the moisture gets in, it just kind of grows that pink color. So that's what it is. Funny thing is when we originally built this house, we opted in for this walk-in shower, which is what you see. And when we were talking to the builder, it wasn't supposed to come with a door. So you know how, I don't know if you've ever seen like some luxurious bathrooms, they just have like these beautiful walk-in showers, and that was the intent and the idea of it. And I was like, well, doesn't it get cold if there's no door? And they were like, no, not at all. So after a while, so once we moved in, and it got really cold in there. If you're not standing directly underneath the shower head, then it got really cold. So what I did for the longest time, and it looked so cheesy, is we got a shower curtain and actually hung it up there. So can you just imagine what it looked like with like a shower curtain in there? It looked bad. So then we ended up getting someone to put a professional door or a glass door in here. And the reason that they tried to talk us out of a door when we built it is because they said that the door would be too small and it would make the shower look funny. But sometimes you just have to pick function over, looks. So that's why later on we added the door. And the thing is that, yes, it does get dirty. So now I've let this oxygen boost sit in the shower for, about 20 minutes or so. And I'm using the electric scrubber. There's a corner piece, and that's where I'm going along the edges and getting all of the corners first. The reason why I like this Branch Basics and why I always go back to it is that I've used like toilet bowl cleaner. I've asked for recommendations, and I've used bleach before. I've used some stuff with like harmful chemicals. I've used grout cleaner. And the thing is that whenever I use those types of chemicals in the shower, even for days later, the smell is so intense and so strong that, I'd have to open up the door and air everything out. But if you open up the door, then it gets cold. So, yeah, so basically the reason why I like this the best is that it feels like really clean and the smell isn't overpowering several days later. Also, my goal is to go 80% all natural with cleaning products. I know I use like Clorox wipes and stuff like that every once in a while, which is fine. But I think overall I've kind of met that goal. A lot of the Jaws cleaners, the Mrs. Meyer's, the Branch Basics, the Method cleaners are kind of my go-tos, and those are pretty much all natural cleaners. I read a study several months ago, and I shared it in a previous video like several months ago, and it talked about cleaning with harsh chemicals, and that whenever you're cleaning your house, you don't think about it, and when you're cleaning like on a daily basis or even more than that they did some type of study, and over the course of 20 years that using harsh chemicals on a weekly basis when cleaning your house does the same amount of damage to your lungs as if you were to smoke a pack of cigarettes every single day. So I think that a lot of times we don't think about that. I absolutely never did. I was like the bleach person and the Clorox wipes person go to all of the time. But kind of doing a little bit more research on it and thinking about it and, family history and all of that, then I decided that I'm not going to go 100%. There'll be times here and there that I use other types of cleaners, but for the majority of the part, I think that I want to go as natural as I can. But definitely leave me a comment down below and let me know your favorite brand of cleaner, especially in the shower.
Right now I'm standing in the corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing, oh, everybody's singing, oh. I don't know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to. We got nothing to lose. You're looking so old. You're looking so old. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you, let me love
So we've gotten one major area done, which is the bathroom, and the next thing I'm doing is switching out the laundry. I started folding my towels, rolling them. My husband hates it that way because whenever he helps me fold the laundry, he's like, why do you roll it this way? It takes so much longer. And I'm like, I know, but it looks nicer in the closet. So anyway, I roll my towels this way to put them in the closet. So I'm switching out the laundry, and then I'm going to pick up a little bit in our bedroom before moving on to the next major deep clean area, which is the kitchen.
everything we do. You got me going, oh, you got me going, oh. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you, let me love, let me love. Baby, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you, let me love, let me love. Baby, let me love you.
So the next area that I need to focus on is like the main living area. So the living room as well as deep cleaning in the kitchen. But while I'm working on that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my Roborock S7 Plus vacuum. Now this vacuum is definitely next level, and I'll tell you why. It has these two canisters. One on the left is the filter, and the one on the right is the actual dust bag that collects all of the dust, dirt, and debris that the Roborock S7 picks up. Which means that after the cycle runs, then it actually comes back to the dock and auto empties the dust bin for you. So one of the cool things about the auto emptying is that you can set up different empty modes based on your preferences. So after you download the app, you can choose different modes according to the size of your home, the sanitation, and the cleaning frequency. So after I ran it full cycle, before it went to the dock and auto emptied itself, I stopped it and put it on the dock to show you how much dirt and debris that it picked up from running a cycle on our floors. So now I'm just going to put the tray back into the slot, and then from my phone directly from the app, I'm going to run the emptying cycle. The auto emptying starts when the light flashes, and the automatic emptying finishes when the lights stop flashing. There is also a dustbin detection, which means if the dustbin is not in the right place, then it will actually auto stop the emptying process. But after just a few seconds, the dustbin is completely emptied. So I've had this vacuum for a few weeks now, and I've ran it over 600 minutes, and I wanted to just mention that I have not yet emptied the dust bag yet. The 3-liter dust bag actually self-seals when removed to prevent dust leaks, and the dust bag has been treated with an antibacterial agent to protect against bacterial growth, so you don't have to worry about it smelling or anything like that. So be sure to check out the link in my description box below to get a Roborock S7 vacuum.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling.
So my next major deep clean area is the kitchen. But before I can get to any of the deep cleaning, I have to pick up just the normal mess. Our island is like the main focal point of everything, but it's also the accumulation of just about everything. So if you haven't noticed, if this is your first time here, we don't have a breakfast area. So the island is where, like, the 2 bar stools are where we pretty much eat dinner. And then there's a little table right there where the girls will eat. And then our dining room happened to be turned into my office. So we don't eat in the dining room. And then my office turned into a junk room. So until I can like get everything cleaned out, then we can kind of go back to what the rooms are really supposed to be used for. But once I got everything kind of picked up in the kitchen, I was like, I have not cleaned the microwave in such a long time. It's not terrible, but it's probably time to clean it again. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the glass off and just clean that with Dawn soap and stuff. But I actually wish I would have done this after the fact, and I'll tell you why in just a minute.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down.
So this is like an Angry Mama cleaner. This was also something I found last year as one of those Amazon ads that popped up. And basically what you do is you pour distilled vinegar into her angry head, and then you put her hair back on, and then you put it in the microwave for, I don't remember, 7 or 8 minutes, I think. And what's supposed to happen is that her head is supposed to steam up like an angry mama. It sounds super cute. I've only used it once before because I don't clean my microwave that often for some reason. I always cover everything, so I guess it doesn't get as dirty. But the idea behind it is that the vinegar, the steam from the vinegar is supposed to loosen up all of the crud and stuff in the microwave so that whenever it's done running, then you can just go in and wipe everything and it comes off really easily. So whenever I was reading the reviews for this, her head doesn't actually like steam up like in the picture that it showed on Amazon, but that's the reason why I bought it, because I thought it just looked super cute. But when I was reading the reviews on Amazon, somebody goes, why don't you just get a bowl of vinegar and put it in there? It does the same concept. And I was like, yeah, I guess you could do that. But I really wanted to see her steam up in her head, So anyway, it's a cute concept. It's easy. So whether or not you decide to use the Angry Mama, and you can get her like in different hair colors, but or just get a bowl of vinegar and like put it in there for 7 minutes or so. It really does work. It loosens up all of the stuff and it helps wipe down the microwave really easy. The only thing is that it smells like vinegar, like really, really strong vinegar. So I kind of wish I would have kept the glass in there before I cleaned it and then taken it out and cleaned it afterwards, because everything just smelled vinegary. So I think I rinsed it off afterwards anyway.
Hey, I don't get what this is about. You got my head spinning on my shoulders. I feel it burn inside of my chest.
The next thing that I'm going to work on is the sink. I decided to use the pink stuff today. This is just like a paste. It's also, I think it's 99% non-toxic, and it's easy to use. I typically use it on the stainless steel stuff, or at least that's just what I've been using recently. And I have to get into the corners of the sink really good, because that's where it always gets discolored and like food gets stuck in there.
Like I'm lucid dreaming, got me flying high. 'Cause I can't believe that I get to have you close. On an endless road, I'm levitating now. In one of those lucid dreams. In one of those lucid dreams. Oh yeah. Wait, you gotta tell me what you did.
So my last video and recently on my Instagram and on my community tab, I asked you guys to ask me some questions. If you had anything that you wanted to know about me in general, or just questions that you might have had. I've never really done a Q&A on here before, so I figured if you wanted to get to know more about something I haven't talked about before, then this would be a good time. So what I'm going to do is start off with some of the questions I have in this video, and then next week I will continue on as I get more questions come in. So I've actually received multiple questions about where I'm from, where I live, have I always lived here, do I plan on moving, like questions around that. So I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I currently still live in the Houston area on the outskirts of Houston, and I have never lived anywhere else. My mom is from Ohio and my dad is from Louisiana, and they met in Houston, and then that's where I was born. So Houston is the 4th largest city in the U.S. It's like the melting pot of the U.S. It's super diverse. There's a lot of different people that come here for work and opportunity. And the thing is that like right when I went to college here, University of Houston downtown, and then I just got a job. I was working the whole time. So it was really hard to leave because there's so much opportunity here. Now, I was fortunate to do a lot of traveling through work before I had kids, and I would be open to moving as long as like everything played out amazing and it was like a great opportunity or something drove us to the right place where we're supposed to be. But Chris's whole family is from here, and he's like, no, I never want to leave. And I'm like, yes, let's move across the country somewhere. And he's like, no. But my mom, my stepdad, and my sister, who just moved back from Atlanta, are all here. So, yep, that's another big thing, is that we do have family here as well. But I just want to point out that I am cleaning the oven. Earlier I took out this black tray. It's like an oven liner, and it helps catch all of the stuff underneath the oven. Like if you have pizza or something and it melts on the ground. I used to have foil, but then I read the thing that says do not put foil underneath the oven. But I threw away the old one. These liners came with 3, but they're a lifesaver, and it helps it. It's so easy to clean. Now, the next thing I'm cleaning is the toaster oven, and here all of that stuff is stained on there. That's like burnt sweet potato, I think, or whatever. And then cheese, I'm just vacuuming up with the little handheld vacuum. But I do put foil on that. Hopefully that's okay. It doesn't say not to, but that's typically what I do. Do you guys put foil underneath your toaster oven if you have one? Leave me a comment below.
We used to hang around town pretty late. I spent the week thinking about our next day. It was easier then, so much easier then. Or like that time I picked you up outside of school. You said, screw my dad, I make my own rules. It was easier then, so much easier then. Take me back to those easy summer days when we stopped at nothing, babe. Yeah, we stopped at nothing, baby. They couldn't take us.
Another question is if we plan to move, where would we move? So we don't have any plans to move out of this house anytime soon, but eventually we do want to get land. I don't know if it's going to be right here in this area where we're at, or I've been looking at more of hill country Texas, maybe like 2 hours west of where we are, but still I don't know if Chris is up for that. But I send him houses every now and then, and he's like, no, what are we going to do out there? So yep, for now we don't have plans to move.
Figure out, but now that I'm done, I'm full of doubt. Was it easy for you? Yeah, was it too easy for you? You used to say that you would always be mine.
The last major area I'm going to deep clean is the laundry room. I don't know how stuff accumulates on top of the washer and dryer. Does anybody else just like find things in your pockets and then just like put them on the washer and dryer, or just put stuff on there? Well, we do, and that's where things accumulate. So the very first time I ever cleaned out this washing machine seal, I saw it on Go Clean Co. Instagram, and I'm like, what? You clean out the inside of your washing machine? I've never heard of that before. And luckily somebody else sent me a comment and was like, I've never done that until I watched these cleaning videos. So the very first time I did that was probably this summer, but then I am horrible about following up and cleaning it. So I'm going to do that in this video. Okay, these questions are going to take me forever because I ramble on. But the next question is, who are your favorite male and female celebrities? I don't really know. Growing up, Goldie Hawn was always my favorite. I loved the movie Overboard. And let me think. And male actor, I don't know. There's too many good ones. Angelia, what is your favorite TV show besides Shark Week? I said over the summer that I really, really was obsessed with Shark Week. But right now, my favorite TV show is Yellowstone. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys watch that show. I haven't been watching a lot of TV shows lately, but yep, Yellowstone is the one that we've been watching consistently. Okay, before I go on, I have to stop and tell you what I did here. So on these front loader washers, maybe they're on all washing machines, I don't know. You have to like undo the thing and rinse out the water. I couldn't get it open. I had to get a butter knife. And I pull out the thing and I don't really remember how to do it. It's been so long since I've emptied this. You're supposed to do it every, I don't know, 2 months. So I unplug the filter and water pours out everywhere. And the water stinks in here. Like it started smelling bad. I think I mentioned it earlier in this video. And every time I wash clothes, the clothes don't stink and the water doesn't stink. It was just like a really musty smell. And I was like, there's something like dead in the washing machine because it smells so bad. So I undid that. The water fell everywhere. It's all leaking in those trays. Like water is everywhere. I have this bucket underneath and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, this task is going to take me forever to clean up. Not only that, it stinks and like I wish you could smell it. Well, actually, be glad that you can't smell it. So I empty out the filter. The filter is like totally full of stuff, but it's also soaking wet. And I don't know if the filter, that whole compartment was supposed to have water in it. And I'm like, I totally did this wrong. I have no idea what I'm doing. Why do I have a cleaning channel? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so anyway, I get a paper towel and I'm trying to clean on the inside. And I'm literally looking in there to see if there is like a dead animal in there. I don't know. Like for as bad as it smelt. But I think it was just like the water. I don't know how to explain it. So my next step is to empty everything out of the drawers underneath there. I didn't plan on going through that and cleaning that, but I ended up having to do that. So I have like a bowl underneath there trying to collect all of the water that is dripping down. So when it leaked like inside of the washer. So I don't know how to explain it, but it's basically just dripping down. I can't like go in and clean all of it from the inside, I guess you can say. So I literally have these buckets that I'm keeping underneath there for like an hour while the water just drips down. So anyway, it turned into a fiasco. Don't do what I did. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do this. So I'm getting a towel. It's dripped all underneath there. So the next thing that I do is I get my phone out and I'm like, let me YouTube how to clean your washing machine. Like, this is really sad, y'all. So I figured out how to do the front loaders. You really are supposed to take the thing off the hose. So when I tried that earlier, it was like stuck on there so bad. So I thought that it wasn't supposed to come off, but this is why you're supposed to do it a lot more often than I do it, like once a year. So, so I finally take the thing off, but there's no water. There's hardly any water that comes out because it all spilt everywhere.
When I call her up to say I'm in town, I get a notion that we both walk the same ground. Been traveling all over, searching far and away for a sign to lead me straight. We walk together down the streets of our home. It's been forever, a long time that I've been gone. The feelings come easy as we start a new day, and I know what I should say. I love you from a beating heart.
So this is where it's leaking from. I tried to get a good angle on how I couldn't like fix it, but basically that's where the leak is. So what I decided to do is just, let that drip until it's all cleaned out. And then I'm going to work on the inside seal of the washing machine. So beware, this is gross. This is all probably hair and dog hair. I don't know. So it's like inside the seal, I had to pull it back, and trying to hold the camera, the light, and get it cleaned up was kind of difficult. So that's all of the gunk that I cleaned out from the inside seal. And what I'm using is they're like alcohol-free wipes. This is where I need the Lysol wipes and didn't have them. But I'm just going around and trying to clean as much as the inside seal as possible. Now, the inside of the washing machine did not stink. I know that whenever like front loaders first came out, and maybe you guys can let me know if yours does, like if you keep them shut, that they end up stinking. But ours doesn't for some reason, even as dirty as it looks from the inside. It doesn't. It was just somehow that water that was stinking.
Every time that my mind slip, I just see my past life. Having dreams in a dream, I wonder why I carried on with the things that made you lose your mind. There's no way I can undo what I've done. Can we be strangers again? Start fresh like a morning. What's so bad about that? So why won't you follow? Why won't you follow me home?
So once I got it cleaned out, these are like Tide washing machine cleaners. And what you do is you get the little pouch and put them inside the washing machine and then run a cycle. The only thing is that after I ran that cycle, I've used it like twice before, but it's been a while. I don't think I really like them. And the reason being is because it smells super strong of like Tide. It doesn't smell like bleach, but it's like that really strong scent. So then the next cycle I ran with just towels, and it also had kind of that stench or that really, really strong smell in there. So unless you like that smell, then you can use them. But I don't think I will use those again. I'm going to see if I can get something that's a little bit less strong smelling. If you have any recommendations, then leave them for me in the comments below.
I'm obsessed with myself. Wanna hit the reverse on what's broken. Can we be strangers again? Start fresh like a morning. But what's so bad about that? So why won't you follow? Why won't you follow me home? I know I can't make you mine. Yes, I ran out of time. There's no hope for me.
So the next thing I'm going to do is clean up everything on the washing machine and dust the whole space. All right, the last question that I received that I'm going to answer in this video, if I didn't talk so much, I could get more done, but is how do Chris and I manage our time, considering we both have full-time jobs and we both have hobby jobs. Chris has a landscaping business on the side, and then I do YouTube on the side, obviously, and then but still have time for family vacations. So great question, and I could go on about this, but I would say that right now it is difficult. There are things that we sacrifice to get it done, like Chris works a lot of Sundays, where I do a lot of my filming and cleaning on Sundays. If I'm running behind or have a lot to do, then 5 a.m. mornings come very early for me, or 8 p.m. at night is when I come back on my computer sometimes. And after Savannah goes down for bed, then, I try and juggle and get some more stuff done. With choosing to have such busy schedules, it also comes sacrifices. So, both of our kids are in school, which is, good and bad sometimes, meaning we don't get as much time with them as we want, or as much time as the family. So we prioritize family vacations or family time. Meaning if we just sit at home, then we find work to do. Whereas if we are up and somewhere else, then we can focus on, our time as a family. But I am getting close to the end of this video and finally finishing up cleaning this disastrous laundry room. But if you have any more questions, then feel free to leave them down below. Also, I received some questions I wanted to talk about next week along the lines of like cleaning with depression. So stay tuned for next week's video. And if you haven't already subscribed, then I would love for you to join my community.
Yeah.